There is something that us women have known in our bones always, and that is when we gather together with intention, when we stop trying to fix ourselves and rather start becoming more of who we are and who we came here to be. When we do that together, instead of in isolation, all alone at home, something miraculous happens. Reality shifts. Reality conforms to that energy of us gathering and claiming who we are and what we came here to do. What I'm about to share with you has been measured, tested, replicated time and time again by a wonderful woman, Lynn McTaggart, who wrote the Power of 8 book. This book completely rewrites how we have been taught, most of us, the vast majority of us, have been taught to think about prayer. Yes, I know prayer is a very loaded term and for good reason. And that's why it is very important for me to speak about it for what I believe it was truly designed to be in its essence. If you stay with me until the end of this video, you're going to discover why small groups of women consistently produce faster results when it comes to life transformation than women practicing solo and on their own do. You'll discover the surprising reason your life shifts when you pray or intend for someone else, when you show up with service, and how intention works less like wishful thinking and more like a technology that we can utilize. You'll learn why becoming who you came here to be happens through relationship with others and not self-improvement. This video is not going to be about manifesting harder with more effort. It's going to be about showing up differently, showing up more as you. I'm sharing all this because it's the foundation of the work that I do with purpose-driven women. And soon, for the first time, beyond private referrals, I'm opening a wait list for a deeply transformative program rooted in relationship, identity practices, and the technology of prayer. So if you can feel that this conversation is for you, go ahead and subscribe, like this video so you don't miss the updates on this incredible program I'm going to be rolling out soon. So back to this incredible book by Lynn McTaggart. This is a woman who didn't think any of this was possible. She did not claim to be a mystic or a healer, nothing of the sort. She started out as an investigative journalist, an extreme skeptic. She did not believe in manifestation culture. She questioned the law of attraction. She wanted proof. So instead of just believing, she tested intention the way that science tests medicine, controlled experiments, blind targets, real data. And what happened surprised everyone, including her. And it mirrors what I have seen again and again. When a woman stops trying to force her life by herself and starts showing up in relational coherence with herself and others, things shift quickly. And that's a big part of what my upcoming program is about, becoming more of you, not trying to become someone else. Stepping into who you came here to be through relationship-based identity practices and prayer used intentionally like a real tool that it is. The author of this Power of 8 book, Lynn McTaggart, she has another book called The Intention Experiment. What the experiments showed is that when groups of people focused intention together, seeds grew faster, water changed structure, violence dropped in war zones, PTSD symptoms resolved, depression lifted, chronic pain disappeared. Across 30 formal experiments, the majority of these experiments showed measurable results. At first, everyone in these groups focused on who the group was sending intention to. But when the participants were surveyed afterwards, something unexpected appeared. The people sending intention were receiving healing, sometimes even more so than the person intended to receive the healing. Women who were sending the healing reported pain disappearing, anxiety dissolving, depression lifting, life direction clarifying, relationships softening, and their own purpose reemerging. And this happened even when they were not the focus of the intention group. This is exactly why I get so passionate about relational work, focused on coming together with a common intention. In our culture, we tend to hyperfixate on what we can get out, what we can extract from a situation, an event, other people, relationships. What can they do for me? And the funny thing about it is that when we start focusing on how we can be of service to others in the world, something pretty cool happens. We start being able to receive. It's like we step into our own personal power, acknowledging that we have the incredible power to affect change and do something that is bigger than just ourselves. The transformation isn't just something that you get from someone else. It's something you become available for by how you be, by how you show up. There's this really interesting thing called the mirror effect. Group intention works like a mirror. When we intend healing for another, we tune our nervous system to healing. When we intend peace for the world, our inner world becomes more peaceful. When we hold someone else in compassion, our own biology responds with coherence. So this is partly why I see prayer so differently now than I used to growing up in the Baptist church. I honestly used to think of prayer as talking to Santa Claus in the sky, making a wish list. And if I was good enough, if I behaved, then God, this man in the sky, would grant me my wish. And if I wasn't good enough, then I wouldn't. So let me just clarify, that is absolutely not what I'm talking about here. We are talking about energetics. We are talking about the technology of the quantum field that we're living in. This is a technology of focused attention. And when we combine that with identity practices and relationship work, it becomes a way of life. That's what I'm building the waitlist for right now. It's not open yet, but it will be. And I'll be talking more about it on this brand new YouTube channel of mine. This container will be one of purpose-driven women who are ready to stop wearing the masks and pretending to have a life, to be a certain way that they have been thinking they should be, and start living from here, from their heart, from a central place of purpose. When people enter intentional group states, something really interesting happens. And I have seen this in a variety of formats. When people enter intentional group states, some really incredible things happen. I have seen this firsthand over the last 10 years. My husband and I co-founded the first public psychedelic retreat center in Jamaica in 2013, and we hosted over 1,000 people there. Since we moved back, we started a mushroom church, and nationwide, we have served over 1,000 people in the last 5 years. I have seen and hosted many groups that have come together for a similar intention. Anecdotally, in addition to amazing data-backed proof, stress hormones drop, alpha brainwaves increase, the vagus nerve activates, oxytocin releases, immune markers improve, which all these things beyond a list of quantifiable data. In real time, this looks like people becoming younger. I have seen so many times people coming in for a ceremony or retreat and 10 years comes off of them. And yes, there are mushrooms a part of this, but it's not nearly as much of an impact as when I've been a part of solo private ceremonies and communions. When the brain is studied in these intentional states, the results are extraordinary. The parts of the brain responsible for separation and fear go quiet. The boundary between me and you softens, and people enter what neuroscientists call a unitive state. And even though my anecdotal experience largely centers around practice with an entheogen, I also have experienced this many times in group circles and spaces where there are no entheogens present. And this data shows that you do not need plant medicine or years of meditation or spiritual training to experience this unitive state. Now, given, I will say, it is very different and nothing can compare to the state of one with plant medicine. There is no comparison. However, to know that just being in a group alone with a shared intention can be this powerful should really give us reason for pause and reconsidering how we are waking up and living our lives every single day. For purpose-driven women, this really matters because so many of us are living with a nervous system that is trained for responsibility in a very masculine state of exertion and doing. We haven't been living in a culture that properly acknowledges the power of receptivity and the feminine state of receiving, and that being so powerful in its own way. So this is one reason I am so grateful to open my work beyond private referrals very soon. I typically only take private clients through referral of other folks that I've worked with or know really well. Opening a group waitlist for me is very rare. So subscribe so that you can stay tuned for more information about this waitlist that's rolling out soon. What would your intention be if you were a part of a powerful group with a shared intention? What would that intention be for you? Because when we speak an intention aloud to a group, you make a claim to this quantum field that we are in. It is like placing an order at a restaurant. That order is placed, and now you are accountable to pay up, baby, to show up and eat the meal. This is one reason why relationship is such a powerful identity tool, because who we become is often shaped by who is witnessing us and who we allow to enter our space. This is what I mean when I say becoming more of you. This isn't self-improvement. I can't stand that term because we cannot improve the pure, perfect, true self that we came here with. It's more like letting go of all the things that are not us, that are not self. It's like self-return. So when I'm talking about showing up with the intention of being of service to other people, I'm not talking about martyrdom here. I'm not talking about toxic empathy. I'm talking about showing up in a space with acknowledgement of our personal power and the impact that we have with that personal power, with focus and intention, the impact that we have on the people in our immediate surroundings, our spouse, our loved ones, our friends, our workplace, our community. When we show up with that intention of showing up to be of service, to be a builder, to be a giver, the quantum field responds to that kind of attention because we are all connected. Yeah, I know. Wow. Like it really is on a pillow and a frame, probably at Target. But it's true. The embodiment of that versus just saying it is a very different experience. But when we show up with that acknowledgement that it's not just us, we stop becoming a vacuum and we start engaging with this quantum field in an acknowledgement that, hey, me and you and all this energy that is in between us that is unseen, all of this is us. When I show up with intentions of service to all of this, wants to help me out. That's the great irony of it all. So if you are feeling like healing alone is exhausting, you keep repeating the same patterns, you feel like, what is going on? What is wrong with me? I must need to try harder, yet how can I? Because I feel exhausted. You feel like you're doing all the right things, but you feel stuck. Your nervous system just might need other women. I would encourage you to, instead of continuing to focus on what is wrong with me, remember that the quality of the question and the quality of the engagement, the way that we engage in relationship with not just other people, but with this field of energy that we are swimming in, is how that field of energy will respond to us. I invite you to reframe prayer, to reframe it as an opportunity to claim who you are stepping into. So instead of begging to be fixed, acknowledging there is nothing within me that needs to be fixed right now. And instead, engaging with this field, engaging with the essence of creation, whether you want to call that God, Creator, the Tao, Jah. There are an infinite number of names that will never do this ineffable source of creation justice, but engaging with that essence and saying something like, hey, I'm here. I am listening. Show me the next step. Show me how I can be more of service to myself, to my family, to my community, to you, this essence that shows up running through and in between and powering everything that is. Show me I'm listening and see what happens next. If this message is landing for you, I'd love for you to stick around. Subscribe to this brand new YouTube channel that I created. This is pretty exciting for me. I've been on YouTube for almost 15 years in other channels, and this is a really exciting opportunity for me to put out there the work that I have been doing for years and open this container to women like you. Soon, I'll be opening the wait list for a transformative program for purpose-driven women who are ready to redefine prayer and step into who you came here to be along with other women. I usually work with private clients on a referral-only basis, so I'm really grateful to be opening this opportunity very soon. Subscribe to this channel to stay in the loop, and I'll let you know when the program is open. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Hey, I want to acknowledge you for taking the most precious thing in the whole entire world, and that is your time and choosing to be here with me. If you loved this video, check out the next one or add it to your watch later queue. I'll see you soon.